Okay, Sean Cannon covered in sawdust. I don't know why. It's doing things. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Cobra Kai Season 6. We're now to episode 4 called Underdogs. So last episode, we basically had Daniel discovering that Mr. Miyagi had a whole life before he met Daniel and didn't tell him every detail of it. It sent Daniel in a bit of a whirlwind, but he's doing his best to accept it, as he should. Chosen looks like he's made the decision to go back to Okinawa when this is all said and done, thank goodness, because I think he was about to get evicted pretty soon. And then the kids were given the update that the Sekai Taikai is going to be held in Spain this year, but only 6 people from their dojo are going to be able to participate. So that's going to be some hard decisions to make, but I'm sure they're going to make the right ones. And then on the silver side of things, we see that he now has his star pupil, which is of course the troublemaker. And he feels that the only way that he's going to win is by having a heartless group of absolute savages go to this thing. So we'll have to see if that's true. But I'm ready to jump into the episode. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know of when I drop episodes of this show or anything else you might be watching of mine, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be in the know. All right, they're out of the way. Let's get into the episode right now.
Each and every one of you has a shot.
Respectfully, Daniel, I don't think your son should go.
Now's not the time to push out.
Even though we're competing against
Ooh.
and it's time to bring out the best.
You're the best.
So,
the power. If you know, you know.
Do y'all think there's any chance that we don't make it in the top 6?
Maybe when hell freezes over.
Ooh, that arrogance is what they worried you about.
It's really only that 6th spot that's up for grabs.
Yeah, and it's yours for the taking.
I
I
appreciate
think it's going to be Kenny. We need diversity.
I may not have confidence about becoming a world karate champion, but I know that MIT cannot turn down the binary road.
They certainly can, and they may. Let's hope not, though.
No way you and I are both going, and I'm definitely going.
Wow.
Ooh.
Sensei said it was anyone's game.
Let's see you bring.
I cannot get over how tall that kid has gotten. Like, I don't know what they've been feeding him over the last 2 years, but gee.
Devin, come on, you only want her because she's pure Eagle fan.
Why are you so obsessed with dojo history? I thought we were all Miyagi-Do.
The way he switched it up.
Clearly, we have our own biases.
Clearly.
We gotta figure out some way to get this settled.
What about Kenny?
Cutthroat, no holes barred, battle royale. Last
Do
extending.
you want to risk that and have one of them injured before they go?
Everyone showing up with black eyes and broken limbs.
Thank you.
I got a bad idea.
Ooh, your bad ideas are always fun. Share.
Please welcome our guests for the weekend.
Hi,
Sensei
Sean
Barnes.
Kanan.
In order to keep things unbiased, we brought in Sensei Barnes to observe, then select our
I'm
top
so glad
6.
they brought him back.
This thing is intense, unpredictable. People have died. Move!
Sorry, I love Sean Kanan. I really liked him in the 3rd Karate Kid. I know I was supposed to root for Daniel, but I was like,
I've been given full authority for these eliminations.
Selections. Let's keep this positive.
The deal was my way or the highway.
and you did burn down his furniture shop. You a little salty.
Listen, Mike.
This looks different since the last time I was here.
Look at him. Look at him. He was so cute. Okay, synchronization. There we go. Come on, Lee. Hold out. Several Asian kids growing up a lot. Aw. Good for you. We tend to do really good at wall sits as women because our lower body is usually quite strong, although you're supposed to use your core for that too. Windmill, windmill, windmill. I love it.
To the 12 who might, join me up here when I call your name.
12, okay. We're halfway there.
Muscles.
Who?
I have a new nickname?
Get him.
I have a new nickname.
It is better than Dick Breath.
Kenny. Good job. No one ever catches the chicken.
Hey!
Anthony.
Yes. Like them apples, huh?
Feels like nepotism.
Yeah, but no way I make it past this next round.
Not with that attitude.
The underdog always has a shot. Keep it up, Anthony.
You know, I won the endurance challenge,
Okay.
but who does substitute sensei congratulate? What about me? I'm fierce too.
Okay,
Put you through
sis,
to the
take
next
a
round.
I just don't want to disappoint you.
Listen,
That's not what it's about.
don't worry. I totally getting in.
Feels a little bit like jealousy.
Okay?
You shouldn't say that. You don't know.
No,
That better not be magnesium.
laxatives. I'm a
Why?
little stressed out, so I wasn't able to poop the last few days. Want some?
No. And I think taking that level of laxative, sir, is not going to be good for you. Oh, Dimitri's girlfriend's here.
Ew, what's you? You?
Giving up.
This whole loser vibe. It's the opposite of a turn on. I don't date losers.
You're breaking up.
I believe in you, but that only matters if you believe in yourself.
I got her spitting some bars for the first time in how many seasons?
MIT's pretty great.
I know. It's all Dimitri can talk about. It's killing me.
I mean, you could apply. You don't have to go. Even if they accept you. It's not like you're married to them. But not applying?
You have 2 minutes.
Little tip. Keep an eye on Devin today.
Yeah, I'll be watching everyone. Ready?
Johnny, that's not... They brought him in to be impartial. Good job, Sam. No, I mean, I'm fine with Lee, but she's a little... She needs to just breathe a little bit. That intensity is terrifying.
Hey, you see that? Badass, right?
How many times do I have to tell you?
Back off. Yeah. You're looking at anything right now?
Thanks, Lee.
And that's what you get, Lee. Because I don't know why you're so concerned with that. The flags are what you need to show in the end, girl.
Thought you had a shot?
Kenny. That arrogance is going to get you nowhere. Wasn't.
Time! That's it! Yes!
Anthony,
He's fine.
Nice hit, Kenny.
seriously? My son is bleeding.
It's a bloody nose. He'll survive.
You're slipping back in the bad boy barns.
Yeah, well, maybe that's a good thing. If I'd been my old self, maybe Silver wouldn't have burned my business to the ground.
Yeah, did we forget about that?
All right, we've clearly got our top 4. Tori, Robbie, Sam, Miguel. You 4 are going to Barcelona.
I mean, we always knew that. Never tilt your head back.
You're gonna live. You wanna go
For the
back
record,
out, see
people,
who
if you have a
won?
bloody nose, do not tilt your head back. It just has the blood run down your throat into your stomach.
I mean, you made me believe that I actually had a chance, and now everyone thinks I'm a joke.
That's not true.
No matter what I do, I can't win.
Oh, Jesus.
I just want to go home.
Okay, bye. I'm not saying a bloody nose doesn't hurt, but this is karate. You're gonna get a bloody nose from time to time. Broken nails. Broken skin.
I mean, it's got to be hard for an alpha like you to battle a bigger one.
Oh, God. Well,
Well, I wouldn't put it like that.
okay. Don't take the bait.
As a matter of fact, she was at the bottom of my list. Is she new to karate?
Yes.
That's cute, Johnny. I mean, you know, you've got some skills. I'm just built different.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you're
are.
different. You're nothing but a goon for hire.
Well, I suppose it's better than being a cream.
Not cream puff. We're going all the way back to 84, baby. We knew that had to happen. Ooh. Whoa. Okay, guys. This is getting a little too much. Okay, Sean Kanan covered in sawdust. I don't know why. It's doing things. Boys, this is not the place to have a fight. This is not a safe environment. Please take it outside.
You win. You win.
Done breaking my shop?
You know, ever since you guys brought karate back into my life, I have been itching for a fight.
Don't do that.
Just check that little diary of yours and see if you gave Devin a fair shake.
This is feeling like you've pulled strings. Okay. If Kenny doesn't go, I'm going to be mad. Because that was totally favoritism. And the whole point of this was to get somebody who judged them impartially.
You're all going to get another opportunity to prove yourselves. 2 flags wait deep in the forest.
What if 2 of us find a flag at the same time?
You fight
You
it
fight
out.
for it.
Are there refs out there?
Nope.
Take 10 minutes. Stretch. Use the restroom. Call your mothers.
Damn. These kids have not signed a waiver. You can't be saying all that.
We have to
didn't
get-
apply.
It feels better, right?
After we went to that frat party, I...
Whoa! You want to go to school with Kyla?
You didn't
No,
say
no,
that.
God, no. Okay, I don't appreciate the condescension.
I
And
mean,
I don't
listen, if he's meant to
appreciate
go,
you
he's meant to
turning me into a
go.
moron.
Well, at least I'm not an overbearing control freak.
Ooh.
I promise not to annoy you anymore. How about that?
No,
No, it's fine. It's great.
Dimitri, you out there tossing all these insults, and the second it gets turned back, oh no, I don't be friends with you anymore. Grow up. I'm so serious. Kenny better be going.
Man, I'm sorry I was a dick. I mean, Daniel, this whole thing is really dredged up by demons.
And Anthony is fine. It's karate. He's gonna get hit in the nose from time to time.
Has anyone seen my laxatives?
Did someone sabotage him?
Hey, Kenny won.
No, he didn't. He was sabotaged.
Please open up!
Oh, man.
Somebody just got their brown belt.
That's not funny. Okay, so the only way that we could win was by sabotaging Kenny. Okay, fine.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to
Don't
do that hard.
apologize. I don't trust him. That's what I told you. You should have just kept going. Oh, now you know the truth. Wow, so the two worst people got checked. Okay.
I give you Miyagi-Do's team, Sakai Taikai.
I hate it. But whatevs.
Looks like you're feeling better.
Yeah, well, after what happened to Kenny, I mean, my bloody nose doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah.
Are you okay? I heard about your accident.
It wasn't an accident.
Someone sabotaged him.
It was Lapussa.
Yep.
Put Mitch's laxatives in my water.
Yep. Enjoy that win.
You gonna tell the senseis?
Why? Knew she did it. I knew it.
And look where that's gotten us. Do you honestly believe we have our strongest?
Right? You got a cheater
Let's hope you're right.
and a kid that doesn't even know how to control his emotions. Yeah, I was thinking for a second, I'm like, it is something that old Anthony would have done, but I was like, I feel like he's gotten past this. But they did a good job of misdirection, I have to say, because he was clearly upset with Kenny for taking that shot. But yeah, I should have known it was her. I mean, Johnny did give her the pep talk of doing whatever it takes, and you're a cutthroat, aka do whatever, right or wrong, in the rules or not. So yeah, and I mean, I should have known with the way that they were spending so much time focusing on Lee this episode that there was going to be something going on there. But anyways, it's sad because, she might have actually just won on her own. We don't know. She'll never know. And it's very much like Tori. Was it last season or the season before where she got her false victory, right? It doesn't feel good. You didn't really earn it. And that only gets you so far. She doesn't have the talent. She's going to get mopped up at the Sekai Taikai, which actually is going to be comeuppance anyways. But yeah, interesting episode. Definitely an interesting way for them to decide who these 6 are going to be. I feel like it was kind of a little fillery in the sense that we knew that like the main stars were going to go, right? The power couple, as Devin called them. Like we all know those 4 are going to go because they're main cast members. So I feel like we didn't even need to go through all of this, but I get it. It was a good way to bring back Sean Kanan, who I personally love. I liked him as an actor. Karate Kid 3 was not my favorite. I definitely liked the 1 and 2 better than 3, but as I said in the episode, Sean Kanan was my favorite part of a Karate Kid Part 3. And I know I should have been rooting for Daniel, and I was, but I was like, if he wins, I wouldn't be so sad. Anyway, but yeah, interesting episode around this whole idea of not giving up and having a bit of self-belief. We see that Anthony was struggling with that. Devin was clearly struggling with that. Dimitri was struggling with that. And all of them kind of getting pep talks from different people in their life to say that, you have to have the mindset of success in order to be successful. Like, obviously, you don't want to be unrealistic. If you see that someone clearly has a lot of talent or more experience than you, then there's a very good chance that you're not going to do better than they do. But Daniel, when he was talking to his son, he made a very valid point. He's like, I went to the All Valley when I did not have anywhere near the experience that the people I was going up against did. And I still managed to make it through. Now, obviously, we know that was plot armor, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if we were to believe this is real, and the thing is, crazier miracles have happened, right? And crazier things have definitely happened where people have won the unwinnable or done the impossible. So again, he was just trying to get Anthony to get out of this whole, oh, I suck, everything's terrible, I'm not very good. Like, just breathe, do your best. If you've done your best and it wasn't enough this time, that doesn't mean that you're not enough. It just means this wasn't the opportunity for you, but it doesn't mean that you suck. As long as you can look back and say, look, I did my best. It wasn't enough, but it's what I could do. That's all anyone could ever ask. So anyway, we had that. We had Dimitri with his girlfriend, which I'm like, I forgot all about her. But anyway, I thought she was going to dump him. She was acting kind of weird. And I was like, oh, why is she telling him to go ahead and train? But no, she was basically like, this is cool. I appreciate her little pep talk around, I don't want a guy that gives up and thinks he's a loser. I prefer a guy that actually fights for what he wants. And, and that's really what attracted her to him in the first place. If we remember a couple seasons ago, it was him standing up to her that got her attention in the first place. So she likes that side of Dimitri, and she was right in that he needs to do his best and go with the mindset that he's going to crush it. If he doesn't, then again, he will have done his best, and it just meant this wasn't the right opportunity. But we see that him and Hawk are still having their little tantrum because we find out that Hawk did not apply to go to MIT because he said that when he went to that frat party, it just made him realize that maybe this singular view he had as far as school his whole life maybe isn't what he still wants. And he's not saying he doesn't want to go to MIT. He's just like, I'm not sure if that's all I want. Like maybe I want to do something else first, or maybe I want to do something completely different. And that's very, very real. So many people, especially when you're young, as you're growing up, you might have these dreams that you might have set when you were very young, or maybe your family and people around you have told you this is what you should want. But as you start to get older and experience life, you start to remember or realize that maybe this isn't what I want. Maybe this isn't the best thing for me. And this is the time for him to try to figure that out. Although, as I said in the episode, I do think he should still have applied. Like, you can apply and then not go, or defer your entry to give yourself some time to do other things. I don't think you should completely flush MIT out of the way if he's not really okay with not going, if that makes sense. But anyway, we see that the fact that he didn't do that and didn't tell Dimitri feels a bit betrayed because they have been really, really close their whole lives. And this was something that he dreamed that they would do together. So obviously it's not even so much about the school thing. It's more that Dimitri feels like their connection is maybe not as strong anymore, and that maybe his friend doesn't trust him, and that definitely hurts. And we see that that just carried into the whole final selection situation and had the two of them fighting each other. And it's sad that it came down to that. And we see that Dimitri, for the first time, I'd say, acted a little bit more Cobra Kai than not. And it kind of shocked Hawk that he did that. But I mean, in a way, I'm kind of glad that Hawk saw that Dimitri is not always the one to be walked over. But yeah, we see right now that, yeah, Dimitri got the flag, but at what cost, right? Like, that friendship might be dead in the water now. I should say Hawk definitely looks like he's looking at Dimitri very differently now. But I do think once Dimitri calms down, he is going to want to smooth things over because that is his BFF. I wouldn't be surprised if he switched and said that Hawk should be the one to go, but we'll see. Because if we're talking about skill, we do know that Hawk is definitely more skilled at karate than Dimitri is. So we'll see how that goes. And then, yeah, outside of that, Kenny was a little bit arrogant this episode. I'll say that's the one thing I didn't really like was him popping his collar a little too much. I'm happy we'd have to have another kid going, oh, woe is me. But at the same time, I was like, Kenny, just dial it back a few notches. Like, no one wants to hear you being arrogant. No one needs to hear you, kind of putting other people down. No need to do that. I mean, I somewhat get that he still has animosity towards Anthony. I mean, from what I've seen, they're probably the only one out of these groups that really have not made amends over what's gone down between the two of them. They've just kind of like let things slide. Like, they basically just both stopped antagonizing each other, but like they haven't really talked it out. And Anthony hasn't really like taken well, he tried. That's true. He did try last season, I think it was, but Kenny wasn't ready to hear it. But anyways, point being, I know that there's still beef there, but Kenny really does need to kind of relax because he is going up against some of the best, and that arrogance is not going to be helpful. Confidence is fine, but he was bordering into arrogance. And I mean, him hitting LaRusso in the face, like, that's just a part of the game. Like, that's what happens with any type of fighting sport. You might get hit in the face. And yeah, that kind of comes to my last thing about both Daniel and Johnny getting all up in Barnes's face. Like, you brought him in to be an impartial judge, but you're both up his butt. Daniel trying to push his nepotism and Johnny trying to push his pick. And it's like, you brought him in because both of you knew that you're partial, and here you are both doing things to try to push your picks. And so I didn't like that. I like that Mike tried to push it or point it out to them. I think that what he said was absolutely right in his first assessment. I mean, the way he delivered it to Johnny, saying that Devin was not like strong or whatever enough, like that, I don't think was right. But I do think that overall Barnes saw that her skill set was not at the same level as the other people. And considering I think she's one of the younger students, because she joined Eagle Fang, not even Cobra Kai. So she's actually one of the youngest ones there. It makes sense that her skills aren't quite there yet. And that's all Barnes was saying, is like, if she's going to be going into an arena with these other fighters, she's going to get eaten up. Like, she's not there. And if Johnny was being objective and not feeling sorry for her, he'd recognize that that's actually a protection for her, not just mentally and emotionally, but physically. She might end up getting really, really hurt. So anyway, that's kind of crazy. But I really liked that Barnes stuck to his guns, and I thought, you know, it was just nice to see Sean Kanan again. It was great. And then we got to hear a little bit about how he was, you know, dealing with the fact that all this fighting has dredged up some old memories for him. But, you know, who knows? I feel like he can join Miyagi-Do as like a, what do you call it, a recurring teacher. Let's put it that way. Well, actually, no, he could actually join because we all know that, what's his name? We know that Chosen is actually going to be going back to Okinawa when the tournament's done. So if they still want a third sensei, they can bring in Barnes. There you go. He can get that fight out of his system in a healthier way. And, you know, he's right there local. So anyways, I don't think we'll be seeing any of that as we're done here. But I thought that was kind of cute. But yeah, interesting. We're going now into episode 5 with this team, but we have 2 members that really shouldn't be there. And we heard Daniel even say, especially when he found out that Johnny had gone to talk to Mike on his own. He's like, yeah, now I'm not so confident that this team was as impartially chosen as it should have been. And I totally agree with him that he's like, yeah, we know that Hawk is one of the best fighters next to the top 4. He should definitely be there. And Kenny should be the other one. Like, that's all there is to it. Kenny has shown incredible talent for everything karate since he started. So anyway, we'll have to see how things go next episode. I think it was kind of diabolical that Devin was asking Kenny if he was okay and pretending to care about him when she knows she sabotaged him. And what's more, that she's going to allow the relationship between Kenny and Daniel's son to further deteriorate because she's trying to cover her ass. Yeah, I don't know about that, but we'll see. We'll see, because if Miyagi-Do tenets are getting through to her at all, by next episode, she should not be okay with this. So we'll have to see what goes down. But yeah, an interesting episode. Definitely talked a lot about the mindsets. We have a little bit more discord within Team Miyagi-Do, but hopefully they'll be able to figure that out so they're ready mentally, emotionally, physically to get into Sekai Taikai, because we can't have our team divided. Not when Kreese has his new Korean army of heartless soldiers. So yeah, good episode. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I will see you in the next one.